Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the second episode of Peter Grill to Kenja no Jikan. And last episode, our protagonist won some big tournament and is considered the strongest man in the world. And as a result of that, the ladies are now after him because they want a piece of him. A very specific piece of him. And they are willing to be pretty bold about getting it, I would say. Just kind of waiting for him in his apartment, and it seemed to have paid off rather well, because by the end of the episode, the two girls, the two ogre sisters, they got what they wanted. Like, we didn't actually see them get it, but this is heavily implied that they got it, because they looked very satisfied, and our protagonist looked very guilty, because he kind of has like a girlfriend, fiance kind of girl, and she probably wouldn't appreciate too much him sharing the wealth over there. So she might have a thing or two to say about it. Like, currently she's outside the door, so she hasn't yet seen what's going on, but if she does walk through that door and sees that, she's probably not just going to assume they had a fun slumber party. She's probably going to think things happened, although we can't even be sure of that, because they kind of established she was a very, innocent kind of girl, so she might think they were just having a slumber party. He might be able to pull that off. We'll see. The girls might have to help with that, but we'll see. We'll see how it went. But yeah, first episode was pretty fun. This episode, though, I'm actually switching to the uncensored version, like the ATX version. The one I'm using, the specific file I'm using is labeled like Zastin, I think, in like Leet speak. So if you're syncing up your copy to my reaction, you'll probably want to use that one. Although I think the timing's not too different from the official version, at least up to where the actual show starts. Like, both versions start with the opening and then get into the show. So at least to that point it's the same. It's probably most of the same. The biggest difference is probably just the 10,000 hours of credits at the end on the official version. But anyway, I am pretty eager to see where we go from here. So, rather where our protagonist goes from here. Maybe in the doghouse, maybe... I mean, I'm sure we're gonna meet at least one more girl that's after him, right? Because I think there's at least two more girls that want him that are very prominent in the opening. So we'll probably meet them. But obviously we got to get some kind of response from the fiance, or we're just really good at fooling her. One of the two. So let's see what we end up doing. This intro was way too long for like a fairly short form anime. But anyway, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1. And this is the opening. Peter Grill and the Philosopher's Time. Dug myself into a hole with no way out. Yeah, this actually also has subs, which I don't think the official version had for the opening. Not the cheeriest song ever. But it does have its cheery aspects, though. That guilt will never go away. All you can do is try to drown it out with more sinning. Yeah, those two girls. The elf and the other girl, whatever she is. Just love the harem fighting, arguing. They also look great, though. That's certainly hasn't changed. I still can't believe how long my intro ended up being. It was so unnecessarily long. But you can always just skip it, so it's no big deal. And here we go, right where we left off. Luvelia senpai. And they're still there, they're still wiggling. Just toss them to the side. We're just gonna stuff them in here for a little bit. Well, it's kind of necessary. I don't want to get in trouble. And you did kind of come in here without permission, so you can't complain too much. Future father-in-law, okay. Maybe we'll meet him instead of a new girl. It was a long night. We'll just leave it at that. Hopefully that training pays off. I think it already has, though. So far we're doing a decent job of fooling her, but if that door opens, get back in there. No poking out. So we just have two naked sisters shoved together in there. I definitely approve. Yeah, the father-in-law. Yes. This would be a good time for them to fall out. I feel like they're gonna come out before she leaves. I see dots. No. Maybe he looked inside the closet. Oh no. I would never. There were no girls in there, I swear. She's definitely serious. If only she knew. The betrayal. That would be no life at all. I guess he has to accept it. Can't defeat her. Well, that's one obstacle down. Oh god. I promise I'll make her happy as best I can. There we go. It seems like such a heavy thing on the surface, but we know what problems lie beneath the covers. Soda. I saw blood in those eyes, man. That was scary stuff. Glad I could help. Please continue to have faith in me. The guilt will never go away. Yeah, but you can try. I try to smother it. Oh, wow. We are celebrating, so, you know, distract yourself with that. Yeah, you're three-way with a couple of sisters. That kind of news gets around. Oh, no. No, no. Please don't say anything unnecessary. Pretty, like, far on the sidelines, like, not too close to Louvelia, please. I knew she was gonna say that at some point. Yeah, low voices, please. Propose a risk to my objective. Oh, jeez. No, don't do that here. At least wait till we get back. Oh. Just the wiggling. Okay, we're just doing this. Okay, that's the arrangements. I guess we kinda don't have a choice. If they tell her what we did, it's kind of over, so... Oh no, not again. Do we have a closet here? Yeah, what do we, guess we're gonna go with that option. Nice sister hug there. She didn't... Oh. Well, okay. Well, she doesn't see through it, but... we do. Hopefully she does not drop a spoon or anything. Yeah, he would be no match for him. Despite being the strongest man. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't look under the table. I don't think that's a good idea. I really don't. I'm kind of attached to this seat. It's very personal. Yeah, but, it's a bit of a problem. So, could you pick a different seat, please? I can't imagine Wynn really getting to it from there. Maybe it's just The breath of the girls. Oh, I heard you. I can't agree. I don't know what the answer here is, because you can't exactly get up. Hold your ground, he'll respect it. Yes, but whatever your name is, please help me. Rosalia, that's probably not it, but... This is all I can do. All I can do is stand his ground and hope for the best. Duvelia, thank you. I think it'll work. Yeah, he was gonna help. The one weakness. Guess that didn't work out. How things change. At least it wasn't blood this time. Okay. You didn't have a choice, so it's a little bit less impressive, but from her perspective, I'm sure it looked really cool. But, from their perspective, it's a bit different. Don't poke it! Don't poke it! Oh no, don't! I'm trying my best to focus. It's not easy, though. Oh no, don't break the table! Okay. Thought maybe the table just collapsed, which would have been a problem. I think you're the one who needs to be careful. Whew. Hello. Just sitting at the table naked. Really not the place for this kind of thing. Yeah, I'll never make the same mistake twice. Well, we have our disagreements sometimes, okay? I give it about 10 seconds or so. Some great outfits at this party. And round 2 for the guilt. Which was her mistake. Yeah, so far we haven't met any new main girls yet. Which I guess is fine. We can space it out a bit. It's just how it works. Well, that was a pretty intense episode. It's a good thing Louvelli does not have X-ray vision, otherwise that scene would have went very differently. The sisters are a lot of fun, though. Their playful nature just kind of poking. I still need to meet more characters, though. Need to really get into the full cast of this show. Still just love the way he sits there in a shadow. Because the guild never goes away. Oh, so we are meeting the elf girl next. So, she'll get her turn next time, it seems. Tentacles. Well, I guess it was only a matter of time. So yeah, definitely get into elves next episode. Okay. Okay, that was the second episode of Peter Grill to Kenja no Jikan. And probably a better episode than the first one, honestly. Because, you know, first one had to set up the premise and whatnot, but this time there was a bit more room for creativity, like the setting mostly, because first episode, you know, just they fall into the bedroom and bedroom things happen there. But this time we were like in a more public place. They did their very bold actions and had to hide under the table. And while like actual interactions were happening. You know, unlike the beginning of the episode where they were just shoved in a closet and they were pretty, like, separate from everything, this time when they were hidden, they were actually still very close to him, so they could still kind of mess with him, which really added an extra layer of, like, tension to the scene, because you never know what could happen. Like, they could just pop their head out, and they did, but not, like, at a crucial part. They did it later on, but they could have done it when Revelia was there and been like, hello, you know, we're kind of in the middle of something, could you come back later? And they could have done that if they wanted to, and that probably would have ruined his life right there. Luckily they did not, but I love the sight of the ones that are just sitting there naked at the dinner table, just like it's a normal thing, which it's not. The other thing with the episode was the father-in-law, who's apparently like, yeah, the doting father kind, the kind that doesn't really want to let go of their daughter and have them move on with their life and, you know, start their own life with their own family and all that. He's kind of trying to restrict that, but she's not going to let it happen, and you know, she is kind of his weakness, so he can only push so hard when she, you know, threatens cutting ties. Like, you can't really push much further beyond that. But, yeah, he got himself into a pretty rough position, sitting there, you know, pants down, naked girls under the table. Couldn't exactly just get up and move, like, for several reasons. So in that situation, literally the only thing he could do was sit there and stand his ground and hope that it was taken as, like, a respectable kind of manly thing. Like, nope, this is my chair. I'm comfortable here, so you could find your own chair, man. It's just shoot, you know, and not just get murdered by the father. Which might have been the case if the daughter hadn't stood up for him, and because she is definitely his best ally when dealing with the father, and it was expected that she would help there, and she did, luckily, so he was able to keep his seat without losing it, and it was a nice seat, too. Like, I wouldn't give up that seat for anything, really. That was the best seat in the house. Whew. So, yeah, what else is there to say about the episode? Like, that was pretty much the most of it. Just, the girls are very much kind of like a blackmailing sort of thing, whereas, like, you know, we'll try not to mess with your life, like, completely ruin your life, but you gotta keep giving us that seed. Like, that kind of arrangement is what we're building here. And it makes sense, you know? However, they're not exactly, subtle, you know? Like, they could very easily just accidentally, you know, reveal everything, because that really wasn't the time or place for the things they were doing, just taking off their clothes, taking off his pants, like, that wasn't really the place for it. So, yeah, even if you do follow with everything they say, they could probably still just get caught, so it wouldn't be a guarantee or anything like that, but going with what they say is probably the best option currently, pick your poison kind of deal. So, I think we got that established at this point in the story. I did comment before about how I thought they were going to fall out of the closet at some point when they first came to his room, when Revelia first came to his room. But after thinking about it, now that I have a more clear picture of the format of the show, it makes sense that that didn't happen, because that would kind of ruin everything, because clearly the overall arching plot is going to be Peter secretly gives these girls what they want, and the amount of girls he has to give it to will just, you know, increases over time, and he has to keep that secret from her, and he has to juggle those two aspects of his life. You know, that and this, and without having them cross and her discovering what's going on. Like, that, I think, is going to be the real meat of the show. And that makes sense, you know, it makes sense. A pretty cool idea. I think the highlight of the episode for me was just when the girls on the table were kind of like, you know, playing with Peter while he was talking to Revelia. Just, I imagine that was quite a feeling for him, you know, talking to one girl while the other girl's doing something very different. That kind of disconnect, I don't even know if that's the right word for it, would be quite something, I would imagine. So, yeah, but the girls are definitely very bold. I imagine the other girls will be comparably bold. I don't know. We'll see. I am definitely interested to see what the personalities of the other two girls will be like, because we haven't really got any of that just yet. But I can't imagine them being too different than the ogre girls. I'm sure they have the same motivation, right? I don't see why they wouldn't. I mean, obviously they have the same motivation. So yeah, I like the episode quite a bit. Just, I don't know, just some of the silly faces and stuff we got from the ogre girls. Like, I don't know, like the one kind of, I don't know how to describe the pose she did, but the younger ogre girl, when she did that, just, I also like there's a touch of the transparent table. You know, because the audience can see what's going on, but nobody else can. If only they did, though. If only they did. And yeah, he definitely had to feel pretty guilty in this episode for sure. You know, getting the father's permission and all that to get married to her, all while knowing that all the faith she's put in him is very misplaced because he's already betrayed her, but she doesn't know. Just the guilt, I imagine, just slowly crushing this man over the course of the show. But anyway, that's really all I got to say on the show, on the episode. So I enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed the show, and I look forward to seeing how our elf girl kind of melds into things. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.